All right, welcome back. If you've been on this journey with us, you know we've done some serious heavy lifting. We have been digging deep into the very foundations of the mind, clearing out all that old programming. And now, after all that work, we get to step back, take a breath, and really see the full blueprint of the self we've been building together.
So let's just start with a really direct question. Are you running your mind, or is your mind running you? I mean, are you consciously designing your life? Or do you kind of feel like you're on autopilot, just running a program you never even chose? This is really the core question we're going to dig into today. You know, a great way to think about your mind is like a computer. Most of us, we spend our entire lives just clicking the apps on the desktop. Our feelings, our reactions, our habits, we know these icons really well. But we almost never look at the operating system running underneath it all. And that's exactly what we're about to do. In this explainer, we are going right under the hood. We're going to explore the hidden code that literally builds your reality, often without you having any idea it's even happening. We're going to look at the programming that makes you, well, you.
So, how does this hidden programming actually do its thing? Well, it's not some kind of magic. It's a system, and every system has its tools. We're about to look at the 3 invisible tools your mind uses, moment by moment, to construct everything you experience. They are category, interpretation, and compression.
And here's the thing you've got to get. You don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are. Your perception isn't some clear window to reality. It's an active construction site. And it's being built second by these 3 super powerful tools. Let's break them down.
First up, we have category. Now, we use categories all day long to make sense of things, right? You see a furry thing with 4 legs and a wagging tail, and boom, your brain just sorts it into the dog category. It seems simple, but it's an incredibly powerful shortcut. Because when you categorize something, you're not just labeling it, you're telling your brain what's important to notice and what it can safely ignore.
And this right here shows you just how powerful that is. Take a teenager holding a can of spray paint. If you've categorized the neighborhood as an artistic community, you see a muralist, you see expression. But if you've categorized it as a dangerous crime zone, you see a vandal, you see a threat. Same person, same can of paint. The only thing that changed was the category you put it in first.
Okay, so the next piece of the puzzle is interpretation. Now, we like to think we see something and then we decide what it means. But that's not how it works. The interpretation happens in a flash, before you're even consciously aware of it. It's like your brain has these little autocorrect filters that color your experience before you even have a chance to think about it.
And finally, there's compression. Look, the world is just way too complex for our brains to handle all at once. So what do? We compress it. We use the word car instead of describing an internal combustion engine on 4 wheels. It's a fantastic necessary shortcut. But here's the catch. It can be dangerous when we forget that our compressed map isn't the actual detailed territory. So, if our minds are running on all this hidden programming, using these automatic tools, it brings up a huge question, doesn't it? Where did all this programming come from? Who actually wrote the code that's shaping our entire reality? The answer might not be what you think. The reality is, for most of us, we didn't write our own code. We inherited it. From our family, our culture, our education, our friends, you just sort of absorb these conceptual maps without ever realizing it. And over time, they become so baked into your thinking that they stop feeling like opinions and just feel like common sense, like it's just obvious. And this is where it gets really, really tricky. We all want to believe we're logical, that our beliefs are based on evidence, but this is a bit of a mind bender. Often, our categories and beliefs decide what even counts as evidence in the first place. It's that classic confirmation bias loop. We look for proof that we're right, and we ignore anything that says we might be wrong, creating this feedback loop that just makes our inherited beliefs stronger and stronger. So, are we just stuck, trapped in these mental loops, running on someone else's code forever? Absolutely not. There is a way out. And in this section, we're going to lay out a powerful 4-part framework for rewriting your own mental code and truly becoming the architect of your own mind. This framework is what we call the 4D. And these aren't just, helpful tips. These are the 4 essential, non-negotiable pillars of a consciously designed life. You need all 4 of them working together. You can't just pick one. They are the foundation for any lasting change.
So let's quickly walk through them. First is target. That's having a clear direction, but staying flexible, not rigid. Next, truth. This is about being radically honest with yourself about where you are right now, no sugarcoating. Then, totally. This is about full commitment, going all in with no plan B. And finally,
Title. This is about realizing your identity isn't a fixed thing. It's a role you're playing, and you can choose to play it differently.
And this is the whole game right here. Using the 40P framework is how you make that massive leap. It's the transition from being a passive person just living inside a map someone else drew for you to becoming the active, conscious architect who is drawing your own map and creating your own meaning.
So we spent all this time talking about how to build this new mental architecture. But you know, a blueprint isn't a house. So next time, in part 2, we're going to explore what it actually means to live inside this new reality we've built. We'll get into the challenges, the opportunities, the whole shebang. I just love this quote. Think about it. We can do all the intellectual work. We can understand all the concepts, but that's all just the scaffolding. The real test, the real work, begins when we take that scaffolding down, step out into the world, and see if our new building can actually stand on its own.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. Part 1 was all about building the architecture, mastering your instrument, learning how to drive. Part 2, the unseen force, is about actually living inside it, playing in the orchestra, and understanding the whole road system. It's going to be an incredible ride, and I really hope you'll join me for it.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with one final question to really chew on. What is the title of the chapter you are living right now? Is it a story that was handed to you, one that you inherited, or is it a story that you are actively, consciously writing for yourself today? Because that choice is always yours.